Hey, hello everyone. So today I'm going to tell you how can you run large language models locally on your computer. So we've been hearing a lot about Gen AI and LLMs, but what you don't know probably is it has a huge resource requirement and therefore they're very good for an enterprise, but as an individual user how can I make maximum out of it is what I'm going to tell you today. So let's start by searching Codellama. If I hit this and click the first link, you would be landing up to the Hugging Face page. Now, there are three versions of Codellama: 7 billion, 13 billion, 34 billion. I'll start with the smallest. 7 billion is the number of parameters. If you scroll down, you would see the requirements, the capabilities, the codes, and some uh, descriptions about this code. Now, if you see, the code is very small, but the setup behind this is going to be very tidy. I mean, that is what I'm going to help you with today. Simplify that process in just a page. Let's go back to our documents. So let me start by creating a virtual environment. Simply copy this, paste this, and you would see that what it would do is it would create a virtual environment by the name vecdb and install Python version 3.8 in it. Click enter and it would create your virtual environment. Now because I've already created that environment, let me show you that. Yeah, so this is the environment that I've created, and you can simply activate it by that name, and let's get created. Now click and enter code editor. You will be directed to your VS code editor, and probably this is easier to explain. Now when you're on this code editor, the first thing that you need to run is the packages. You need to import them: transformers, auto tokenizers, and torch. The second thing that you're going to check is the torch version and cuda enablement. Now this is very important for running any large language models like Codellama. You would need GPUs, and currently I'm using Nvidia GPUs for fulfilling my requirement. So this command, what it does, it will check your torch version, and it will also check whether CUDA is enabled or not. So for me, it's enabled. But for you, it may be the case that when you've installed the base packages using the command that I showed you from Hugging Face, it may install the Torch version which is CPU supported. So in that case, what you need to do is you need to follow these steps. You first of all have to uninstall the current version of Torch that you have. Then simply check this if you want the Nvidia version that you are using, the driver version, the CUDA version that has been installed on your system. If it is not, what you have to do is you have to install the Torch version which is compatible with GPUs using this command. So this is a simple command, but if you want to know more details, probably I'll share this link with you also. It's a PyTorch link which will tell you the compatibility requirements for installing the CUDA. Right now, again, going back. So once you've downloaded the Torch version that is enabled with CUDA, simply run this command, and now you would see CUDA enabled is true. If you again head back to the document, the next step that we are going to do is install the model weights. For this page, and now if I click on files and version here, we would see the list of all model weights here, the license, the policies, config file. You can individually download these, or what you can do is click over here, clone repository, and simply copy these commands. Head back to the folder where you want to download the weights. Do git bash here. It will open up the git terminal. Let me zoom this. Paste the commands here and click enter. Now this will start the process of installing the contents from the repository. It'll take time, so be patient. Once once you have the model weights, you can head back to the editor. Now you can see the first thing that you can mention is the path of the model where you've downloaded. So right now, if I show you, I've downloaded this into the input folder, and these are my model weights. The next thing is define a tokenizer function. Build a pipeline in which the purpose would be text generation. Pass in the model that you've entered here. Now this is really important. Instead of a full precision, what I am doing is I'm passing the 16-bit precision. Now this helps you to load the model into lesser memory, but at the same time slight accuracy would be impacted, and that's not too much, at least in my experience. You load the model into the cuda device. You pass in the prompt. Again, this is a separate topic to discuss, the prompt engineering. And then you build a pipeline. In the pipeline, you pass in the prompt and then some parameters. Again, these parameters control creativity of how the generation would look like, and I would take up a separate video on how can you control the creativity with these parameters. This is the tokenizer and what would be the length of your generation. And when you finally print this, you would get your generation. So I've written a very basic code to start with, but you can go on an experiment. So that's it for today. Thank you, and like and subscribe to my channel so that at least I know I'm moving in the right direction. And there are tons of videos. I want to have a practical application for all of them. I can bring that uh, in the next sessions. Thank you.